So of course I am excited for the release of Final Fantasy 15. And there are 3 things I think fans of the classics should know before heading into the world of EOS. Let's give that some thought. What is going on, you beautiful thought-having people you? Give it thought back here today for another Final Fantasy 15 discussion video. And I wanted to make this video because I know a few people who have been turned off of the series because of 13. Not that I blame them really. 13 was a bit of a departure for the series, and it felt like Square Enix kept pushing Lightning on us when we were more than through with her. But I think Final Fantasy 15 can win some of those lost fans back. So if you've been on the fence about the upcoming entry because of 13, or maybe even 14 because of its MMO status, I urge you to listen to these 3 things because there are a few elements at play here that harken back to the glory days of Final Fantasy. Whew, that was a mouthful. Now that I've got my breath back, let's jump right into this one. Starting at number 3 is magic. I put this one on the short list because some of the early depictions of the magic in the game showed it functioning similar to items, like grenades for example. And while there is a comparison to be made there, it goes much deeper than that. Fans of Final Fantasy VIII may remember how magic was gathered in the field and then used for battle. 15's magic system is similar. All across EOS, players will find thunder, fire, and ice variations of crystals, as well as wild versions, which are combinations of certain magic types, which are converted into usable forms that can be inserted into your magic container, called the flask. Too bad you can't get a chocobo latte to go in there, but I digress. Sure, magic is treated differently in this entry, but I think fans will be delighted by the innovation. This system gives magic gravitas, where previously you could shoot off fire spells like a grand wizard. Here you'll be forced to be a bit creative with your Faragas and Thundaras, which fans who are into the strategy element of the series will probably love. For number 2, I think I want to talk about the cities. If you're like me and have played every single Final Fantasy game since the series' inception in 1987, okay, I'm not that old, but I've played them all, then you are familiar with the small towns filled with around 5 to 10 of the same looking sprites, all walking in their predictable grid-based patterns. Sure, by the time Final Fantasy VII rolled around, we got more varied environments, and with 10, Square Enix started experimenting with large cityscapes. But with 15, that has been taken to a whole other level. Just take a look at the Alticia trailer. I almost feel like I should be taking the Assassin's Creed approach and weaving through the crowd here. The point is, the cities in this game are bustling with activity. There are gondolas to ride on, with a fitting Italian guy on the back. You can get your portrait drawn by a random artist, and you can even pick up bounties in true Monster Hunter style, or Witcher style if that's your thing. What I'm trying to say is, remember as a kid when you were picturing the future of Final Fantasy? This is it. And seeing it right before my eyes could not make me happier. And number 1 for the series veterans out there is the wait system. This battle mode pushes Final Fantasy 15 back in time and embraces the franchise's turn-based roots. Sure, it is not really turn-based, but think of it as an equivalent to how Fallout 3 implemented the VAT system. Fallout 1 and 2 were isometric turn-based games, and Bethesda's first entry paid homage to that by having a combat feature that stopped time and allowed you to be more strategic. The wait system is Square Enix's version of that. I for one could not be more excited that this feature is in the game. Although I will probably go back and forth between the two battle styles, it is an excellent addition and it shows that Square Enix is trying to cater to new players and old ones alike. And that's my list. I just think the magic, the cities, and the wait system offer things to Final Fantasy experts that they've either always wanted or things they can feel comfortable with. So tell me what you think. Are you looking forward to Final Fantasy 15, or do you think it has strayed too far from the tried and true formula? Let's talk about it down in the comments. But I think that's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Smack that like button for me, and if you're new here, why not subscribe? I do a new video every single day, and whether it's about No Man's Sky, Final Fantasy 15, The Last Guardian, or Death Stranding, you'll be caught up on the latest news for each of those games once you subscribe. And if you missed yesterday's Final Fantasy 15 news update video, it was all about the magazine scans that revealed new details about Shiva. So if you're interested in the summoning aspect of Final Fantasy 15, go check that video out. And I think that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, give thought to everything.